Yo, what's going on, everybody? D-Row here with a whole lot of nothing. To give you my picks for April 2nd, DraftKings baseball, the 7 o'clock slate. I think it's the main slate, about 8 or 9 games tonight. Just make sure you go back and double-check your lineups tonight. I know there's a couple picks I gave you yesterday that, like Max Muncy, didn't end up playing. Plus, there's weather tonight in Philly and Washington, so just make sure all you guys are playing tonight before you completely submit your lineups. But big slate tonight. Bunch of the aces are back on the mound. So real quick, I'm going to run through some of the guys that I'm looking at tonight to target. Pitchers, we got Justin Verlander against the Rangers. He's $11,500 tonight. He's expensive, but definitely worth it. He completely dominated his first start, and even though the Rangers are hitting pretty well this year to start, I think Verlander's going to have another big night, another 10-11 strikeout type of night. So even though he's expensive, there's other positional players that you can weed out that'll give you some value that are much cheaper so you could afford them. But Verlander is must start. Another must start. It's pretty much everyone on this list. They're going to be big time prices, except for one somewhat value guy. But Blake Snell, $9,500 against Colorado. Snell looked real good in his first start against Houston. Pitched really well on opening day. He's $9,500 tonight against Colorado. Colorado's been ice cold. Arenado hasn't done much of anything. The only one that's really done anything over there has been Blackman. But one guy had the whole lineup that doesn't scare me too much. And Snell is filthy. Very good lefty. One of the best in the league for sure. I'd rather have him over Chris Sale right now, like for sure, in my lineup until Sale shows me that his velocity's returned. And the good thing for Snell is the Rays are off to a hot start with the bats, so he should have some nice run support. So get a couple runs, Snell pitches the way he does. Should get you a W as well. A little cheaper here for the third pick, Marcus Stroman, $8,300 against the Orioles. I know the Orioles have been off to a hot start, but you can't expect that to continue for too long. Lineup is much of nobody, so eventually they're going to go cold. Stroman had a really nice start against the Tigers on opening day. He didn't get the win, but had limited run support. He should be able to give you some good numbers if he can string together what he did opening day. He should have a nice start here against the Orioles. Should do enough for a W, but 15 to 18 points somewhere in there. I would think Stroman put up tonight. Two other good picks. Pitching, both expensive. Tonight's pitching slate's crazy expensive, but Jose Berrios against Kansas City. Kansas City's got no offense. Berrios, $9,700. And Hujin Ryu for the Dodgers against San Francisco. He's $9,300. Had a nice start to the year. I don't think the game got too out of hand for the Dodgers until he was already out of the game. So two good quality still pitchers right there that should get you some pretty nice points. Moving on real quick, going to catcher. Not spending too much time here. 3 plays, Omar Narvaez for Seattle, $3,300 against the Angels. Trevor Cahill's on the mound. Narvaez has 2 home runs with 5 RBIs and 5 runs already this year. One of the better statistical lines for catchers that I've seen. Cahill got knocked around against the A's his first start. Seattle's hitting pretty hot right now, so Cahill on the mound. I'm going to definitely target some Seattle guys, and Narvaez for $3,300, especially with the pitching tonight. He's going to probably be in a couple of my lineups. Another option, Jorge Alfaro from Miami, going to go up against Jason Vargas from the Mets. Alfaro's hitting the ball pretty well so far as well, batting .308 with a home run and 3 RBIs. I have no respect for Vargas on the mound. I'm actually pretty surprised the Mets even have him in the rotation anymore. I think he's a huge piece of shit. So, looking at Alfaro should get you at least 5 to 7 points, maybe more. Could hit a home run depending on how bad Vargas really is. And third play catcher, Jason Castro from Minnesota, $3,400 going against Brad Keller for Kansas City. Castro, I think he's only played in 1 game so far this year, and he didn't do anything in the game. I think he was 0 for 3 or something along those lines. Keller, one of the stronger options out of the Royals rotation, but I don't know. He pitched well against the White Sox in his first start. I think he had 5 Ks. Twins are a much better hitting team. I think they can bang him around a little bit, get to the pen. Castro can get you max 5 points, walking a run, hitting a run, something along those lines. But 3,400, 5 points, with these pitchers that are going tonight, you really can't beat that. So any of those guys, nice and cheap, get them in your lineups. They're going to help you build your lineup at other positions much stronger. All right, now we're going to jump into second base real quick. Got 3 plays for you. Starlin Castro, 3,700 against Jason Vargas. Vargas is terrible. Castro is a very streaky hitter. Has hit lefties in his career very well. I'm going to roll with him just based off the matchup alone. He had a pretty nice night last night, I remember, against Steven Matz and another lefty. So hope it all continues tonight with Castro. Next, Wilmer Flores, 4,300. Similar situations, playing the Padres, and Lauer's on the mound. I know Lauer had a real nice start in his first game. I know I played him my first game. But, Flores crushes lefties. So, I know he had 7 points last night against another lefty. He should have had more. He had the bases loaded at one point. He grounded into a double play. So, I'll just roll with him again. Hope that he puts up a little more than 7. 4,300 is a little expensive. But, against lefties, you got to play him. And my last play is going to be D. Gordon, 3,900 versus the Angels. Basically looking for a steal here. He's already got 4 on the year already. It's tough. Gordon batting out of the 9 slot, but he should have plenty of opportunities tonight. I think Kale's going to hit around. D. Gordon gets on with a single or a double. He's good at steal base, maybe 2 possibly in the game. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, for the price tag, 3,900, they can get 8 to 10 points, maybe 12, depending on the steal situation for him. All right, moving along to shortstop. We got 3 plays tonight. Carlos Correa, 4,600 against Shelby Miller for the Rangers. A little expensive, but Correa hits righties very well. He does hit righties very well, and Miller gets hit by righties a ton. He missed the first few games against Tampa, but since he's been back, he's been on, same Carlos Correa there always is. I really think against Miller tonight to put up some good numbers for you, so definitely consider him for your lineups. Tim Beckham, 3,600 against the Angels. Trevor Cahill is on the mound. I talk about this guy every night. He's still red hot. He had another double, 2 RBI double last night in a walk. So with that price tag still being low while he's still hot, you got to have him in your lineups. So definitely take a look at him. And last play for shortstop, Miguel Rojas, 3,500 against the Mets. Rojas hits lefties really well. Played last night against Mats, had some good numbers. Vargas is garbage. So as long as he's in the leadoff spot, he's going to have plenty of at-bats tonight, plenty of opportunities against Vargas. I expect Vargas to get shelled pretty good, even though Miami's lineup isn't the best, but they should be able to get on him early and often, which will give Rojas plenty of opportunities to put up some nice points at that 3,500 price tag. All right, now we're getting to first base. Justin Smoke, 4,200, taking on the Orioles and Andrew Cashner. Cashner's really bad. He's not a good pitcher at all. Let up 6 runs and 6 hits against the Yankees in the opening day start. Smoke's been doing pretty well so far. Put up some decent numbers to start the season. He had a slow night last night, but I think the whole team should come out bombing tonight against Cashner and put up some nice numbers. So a 4,200 price tag is real nice for Smoke. Second play, Yandy Diaz for the Rays against the Rockies and Kyle Freeland. 3,400 is way too cheap if you look back what Diaz has been doing all year. He's, like I said last night, not a power guy, but gap hitter, nice contact hitter. I think he's in the leadoff spot tonight. Freeland's real good, really nice pitcher for the Rockies. He's definitely the best they got, but the way the Rays are hitting, the way Diaz is hitting, 7 points is the lowest I'm looking for tonight. I should have at least 10 for you. So take a look at him, get him in your lineups. And last play at first, we got Eric Hosmer, 3,800 against the Diamondbacks. Greinke's on the mound. A little bit of a tougher play, just because we don't know what Greinke's going to do. If he's going to come out like he did last time, then Hosmer should be a really nice play. Hits righties historically very well. Not a big power guy. It's kind of similar to Diaz, more of a contact hitter, gap hitter. But if Greinke comes out looking with that same dead arm that he did the first night throwing batting practice, Hosmer will be a great play at 3,800. Third base, jumping into it, we got Brandon Drury, 3,600 against the Orioles. Similar to Smoke's play. Cashman's horrible. Drury had a real nice spring. Hasn't translated so far to the regular season, but should be able to have an opportunity to right the ship tonight. 3,600, very cheap. Brian Anderson for the Miami against the Mets and Jason Vargas, 3,900. Anderson, another really good contact hitter, had a great spring, similar to Drury, very rough start so far in the regular season, but should have a big opportunity tonight against a very subpar pitcher for the Mets. And last play at third, Alex Bregman, 5,000 against the Rangers and Shelby Miller. A little bit pricey, especially with Bregman getting off to the slow start that he has, but with the lineup that he's in, batting third, Shelby Miller, what he actually is as a pitcher, I think the Astros as a whole should have a big breakout night, and he should be able to really get things going offensively and should at least earn his price tag of 5,000. All right, last but not least, get into the outfield. Three quick plays for you guys. George Springer, 4,800 against Shelby Miller and the Rangers. Leadoff guy, he's crushing the ball so far this year. Don't like Shelby Miller against this lineup. Things get shelled. Springer should have plenty of opportunities, and he's definitely going to earn that 4,800 price tag, so definitely take a look at him for your lineups. Alex Smith, 4,100 against the Angels tonight. You guys can see him definitely get a stack. Mariners tonight against the Angels. Smith, another speed guy for the Mariners, just like D. Gordon. Consider putting the two of the guys in the lineup, two big steal guys. So Smith should see plenty of good pitching tonight. And I expect, as a whole, for the Mariners to stay hot at the plate. So Alex Smith, definitely a guy. 4,100 could be a good piece for your lineups. And last but not least, last outfield play, Adam Jones at 3,800 going against the Padres, and Lauer's on the mound. Once again, Lauer had a nice start his first game, had him in my lineups, but the Diamondbacks are just hitting the cover of the ball so far. The offense has been electric. 3,800 price tag for Jones. I said the other night, it's very cheap for me. I expect him in the 4,300, 4,400 price range. He just hit his second homer last night. Seeing the ball very well, and with Lauer, the young guy on the mound, you don't really know what he's going to come out with in his second start, especially with a red hot lineup like the Diamondbacks. Jones should get you at least 7 points, maybe more. He's definitely a nice value play in the outfield for that price tag, so definitely consider putting him in your lineups. So that basically concludes it for me, guys. Those are my picks for the day. As always, double check your lineups, make sure everyone in there is playing, and good luck to y'all. I'm out. Yo, what's going on, everybody? D-Row here with a whole lot of nothing. To give you my picks for April 2nd, DraftKings baseball, the 7 o'clock slate against the main slate, about 8 or 9 games tonight. Just make sure you go back and double check your lineups tonight. I know there's a couple picks I gave you yesterday that, like Max Muncy, didn't end up playing. Plus, there's weather tonight in Philly and Washington, so just make sure all you guys are playing tonight before you completely submit your lineups. But big slate tonight. Bunch of the aces are back on the mound. So real quick, I'm going to run through